Hello and welcome to Christian Now the Hamster Wheel. Another little bonsai video is gonna be about this little ficus tree. I want to put it into a prettier pot, both to slow down the growth, limit the amount of soil it has. I'm also doing a little, I don't know if it's funny, but I had a little idea with this tree that I wanted to wire it only using one piece of wire. There can only be one piece of wire on the tree whenever I wire it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going for a Savannah style tree where it's flat in the top and it sort of spreads that way, so it doesn't have the big growth up, but it's like a big T. And it's a bit unconventional because the trunk splits in two very far up the tree, but ficuses, they have a naturally weird growth, sometimes in nature also. So it's fine, and it's all about experimenting and doing what you feel like. This branch, I don't know if I want to keep it or if I want to cut it off. It's a bit low and weird. I can always rewire it. We'll see if it stays. Also this one. But I want to repot it and then pick one of these nice small pots for it. I don't know which one it's going to be yet. But there's some cool options, and then this very shallow one, but it's a bit bigger, like the width and length of it. I don't know yet. That's a tough pick. Well, I think I'm gonna take out the pot and remove the old soil, and then I'll see later which one I'm gonna do. Nice roots. And when you're removing the soil between the roots of your tree, it is in most instances important to pull away from the trunk when you tease the roots. If you do it like this, there's a larger chance of breaking the roots. So do it this way, away from the trunk. And ficuses you can repot all time of the year because they are always with leaf. They never have a down period during winter or anything. They just don't like frost. So I'm a bit excited to see what's under here. Teasing away the roots. Where is the nebari gonna be? This one was originally made from a cutting from my first ficus tree that I bought in IKEA. There's also a video on it if you want to go check it out, what an IKEA bonsai looks like after 10 years. Yeah, they are interesting trees and they grow so fast. It's always easy to cut them back because they will always grow back very quickly, and it's been a good species for me to experiment upon because they grow so fast and you can always change it if you want. Or I've made a lot of mistakes with them, so it's been a nice species to work with. Let's see, it's turning out to be a nice nebari here. I'll have to cut on some roots, but very fine roots. I like it. If you're wondering what this tool is I just found it here on the mountain. I cleaned up around one of the houses up here in Turano, so I found this old knitting pin, which I'm using now. It's a bit thicker than the one I had, so I like that, and in between my pieces of bamboo. It's a good little fit, just what I needed for my repottings. Let's see. And the good thing about ficus is that you don't really have to leave on any soil when you're repotting, because they don't mind when you remove all the soil in between the roots. They are very happy to grow new ones and have new soil completely. You can even hose them down, but I don't have a very good hose available. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting to get it into a nice pot, see where we go. Same principle in the bottom. Tease the roots away from the center of the pot, so you don't break the roots. Soil is nice and hot because it's been standing in the sun. Also, a good thing to know about ficus is they can take all the sun you give them. It's a big root, I might take this off. Let's see. And there was a bit further down to the Nebati than I expected, so the tree is going to be even taller once I repot it. It's okay. I have these two roots now, which I want to remove because they are way off the Nebati, and I want the Nebati to start in the same place. That's also a very important aspect of bonsai, is the Nebati, and it starts down here where you can see these other roots and not up here. So I'm gonna cut these off. Gonna get the last bit of soil out before I further think about which pot I'm gonna put it in. A lot of soil in here, but I want to get it all off so I can see what I got. And I suppose many of the roots came out of the bottom here, where I stuck in a branch, a thick branch from the mother tree, or what you would call it, the original tree. See, and it's actually pretty cool because many of these roots are actually horizontal, which is nice. I think I'm going to remove these two big ones, maybe leave this one on, but definitely this one. This is too thick and out of character compared to the others, so we're going to remove this. And the tree actually has nice roots all around, so I'm very happy about that. But this one has to go, in my opinion. See where it starts, so I can make a proper cut. If you wanted, you could just take this root and put it in the ground and you'd have another tree, but I have plenty at the moment. And then just a general pruning so the roots are even on each side. There's actually not a lot on this side now that I see, but this one's too long. Very nice roots and very horizontal, which I like. Well, the tree is a little low on roots on this side compared to this one, but and then we have to choose the right front of the tree. Here I gotta look both at the bottom where I've got the Nebati, and I gotta look at the top, which side is the best looking for a front. And I gotta decide if I want a big scar, which some people like as a feature of a tree and some people try to hide it. But either I gotta go with this one where you can see both the main branches here at the top or the other side. So in my opinion, the trunk is actually most interesting from this side. And I like it. There's a scar here as well. It's nice with some scars, but there's a bit more movement on this side than on this side. No, I guess both sides are pretty cool. This is gonna be my front. Just gotta find the perfect pot. Looks good in this one. Maybe the foliage and the green color doesn't match. I'll have to think about that. But you could also call it a match. See the other ones. This one as well. Would definitely turn it into a bonsai. That's a thick, almost at the bottom of the barrier, it's 2 centimeters wide. That's would definitely make it a bonsai. A tree, and an old looking tree in a small pot. It looks pretty cool, I think. And what about this one? It's a very shallow pot, which I guess would be cool as well. Ooh, this is difficult. This is almost an eeny miny mo situation. I mean, one of the advantages of the yellow pot here is it actually has holes to tie it down. Other than that, this one is shallow, would look very good, I think. Difficult. This one has a scar, which is actually cool. It's not a problem. Maybe I'll make it the front, so everything isn't perfect. I think I'll pick this one. And this way, when I pick this pot, I'm definitely not gonna have a lot of vertical roots, because there's not much room to grow down. The roots would have to grow to the sides to find new soil to grow into. Oh, I forgot the front, but I think this is what I chose. You just gotta have the angle right. I'll start by applying some mesh. I only got this big piece, so I'm gonna need 2 pieces and put them on top of each other to make the hole smaller, but it's okay. I found this here at an old building site, so it's free, and I removed some plastic from nature. It's a win-win, but I gotta work a little extra to get what I need. But 2 pieces, if I do it like this, makes a finer mesh. So there's a lot of small little tricks to save money in bonsai when you're starting out, and I'm still applying these because I'm neither successful on YouTube, or I have not had a successful career before my little YouTube here. So I gotta save where I can. Piece of old wire, and then like this. This is also the first time I'm applying mesh. I just found this the other day, so I'm not too experienced in this, but I think it's something like this. No. Okay, I'm not a professional. I guess there's a first time for anything. And then put the mesh as I want it. And then stick it in here. Maybe a little bit too much mesh here, but and then that's stuck in there. And then I gotta find a piece of wire to tie down the tree. And since there's only one hole in this pot, it's a bit awkward, but I think I'll manage. This one is maybe a bit too short, thick. There we go, almost as long as each other. And then I'll take some soil here, which is a mixture of volcanic soil, akadama, and pumice. 1/3 of each. And what I do, I made that little pile in the middle, and then I slow and steady massage the tree down into the soil here, hoping that it will be forced up between the roots. That seems good. Now we just gotta find the right angle. which I think is there. Maybe I actually need a bit more. There we go. That's the height I want. And yeah, sometimes it can be difficult to keep down the roots. But this is where I want it. And tie down the tree here. Go. It's not going anywhere. Now for the hard part, make the roots stay down in the pot. This one will be cut off, doesn't want to stay down there. Then I want to try to get as much soil in between the roots as I can, therefore I use this old knitting pin to squeeze it in between the roots and under the tree where there might be air pockets. And there we go. It's very dry, so I think I really need to water it right now. Given the situation where I moved all the soil, and this soil I put it in now seems to be very dry. There's a little excess root. Then just a little water. The first time I always like to water a lot. This ensures and helps the roots settle in when you give it a lot of water and water it repeatedly the first time. Also, of course, during very hot days of summer, need to water these tiny pots a lot. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you would like to help me on my little YouTube journey here, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. It would help a lot. And if you want to see more ficus trees like this one, give it a like and subscribe. And if there's also others on the channel, older videos if you want to check them out. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.